In this video, we are going to look at the Got It number 1 for Lesson 6.4, Solving Systems of Equations Using Substitution. And this is part 2. Our objective is we're going to be able to solve systems of equations using substitution. Okay, so let's look at the Got It. Make sure you've tried the Got It before you watch this video. That way you know that if you understand it. The way that we know that we should use substitution to solve this system of equations, a equals 5 plus b, and then 2b plus 3a equals negative 15. We know that we should use substitution because this isn't in y equals mx plus b form, so we don't want to graph these equations. And also we have one equation where there's an isolated variable, a equals 5 plus b. So we could use that, the isolated variable, and substitute in the isolated variable down here, 5 plus b for a down here. All right, so let's recopy the second equation. 2b plus 3a equals negative 15. Okay. And we're substituting in wherever we see an a in this equation, a, we're going to substitute in 5 plus b because we know that a equals 5 plus b. So now let's copy the equation with the plug-in. 2b plus 3 times, we know that a is 5 plus b, so let's plug that in. 5 plus b. And then it equals negative 15. Okay, let's further solve. We have 2b plus, here we want to distribute the 3 to the 5 and to the b. Sorry, guys. So to distribute it, you multiply. It's 3 times 5, which is 15. And then 3 times a positive b, so it's plus 3b. And then equals negative 15. Okay, here in this case, we want to condense this side of the equation, and we have, look, we have the b term, we have 2 b's over here, and then we have plus 3 b's right here. So we can combine these b's. Well, if you have 2 b's and you add another 3 b's, then you have 5 b's. So it's 5b plus 15. Don't forget that, keep the plus 15. And then equals, on this side of the equation, we have negative 15. Okay, now we have a two-step equation here. We're going to solve for b. So we're going to subtract 15 from both sides. It cancels out on this side because you have a plus 15 and a negative 15. That's what we want to do. We want to cancel it out and bring it over. Well, over here we have negative 15 minus 15. Well, they have the same sign. So if they have the same sign, you add, but you keep the sign. So it would be negative 30 over here. And then on this side of the equation, you just have a 5b left. So our last step in solving this equation is you divide both sides by 5. To cancel it out over here, you're left with b equals negative 30 divided by 5 is negative 6. Okay, well, we found out what b equals. b equals negative 6, but in our system of equations, we also have the letter a, the variable a, that we have to label. So we know that the variable b equals -6 in this system, but now we have to figure out what a equals. And we know our first equation says that a equals 5 plus b. And we know that b is -6. So let's recopy our first equation. A equals 5 plus b. And now we're going to plug in what we found out. That b equals -6. So we have a equals 5 plus -6. Because that's what b equals. B is -6. So then a equals 5 plus -6. They have different signs. So you subtract, but you keep the sign of the larger number. So it would be -1. All right, now we solved for both variables, so we just solved this system of equations using substitution. All right, now you want to go on to example number 2, the real world application, and take notes.